What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael. For those of you that are new, we're going to be speaking on the Taurus. You see from the title of this video. Before we begin, I would like to read you guys a slight description of what the Taurus represents. Let's begin. Right, so we have the second sign of the zodiac. Taurus is symbolized by the stubborn bull. Taurus is an earthly, sultry sign ruled by Venus. Tauruses enjoy the life of luxury and are not afraid to put in the long hours and effort to really get what they want. They may work hard and play harder. Tauruses get attention when they enter a room and are known for their fashion sense. One of the most generous signs of the zodiac, Taurus is the best be out there and definitely amongst the sexiest. So that's just some slight description of Taurus. We're going to be reading all for you guys the crystal oracle cards, right? That's what the pamphlet, that's what the message is going to be coming from. I don't know why we can't speak sometimes, but we're going to go ahead and read off 8 cards for you guys, right? Let's just begin. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, let me know if you enjoy it. Right? What do we have for the Taurus? All right, first message we have here is this mine, green fluorite, right? This represents energies, right? A lot of times you guys get these like spontaneous, out of the blue, dawn moments and things like that. Sometimes it could be projection, somebody throwing something at you. Sometimes it could be a situation where you might pick up on how another individual feels. Regardless, you got to start looking at if what you feel is your energy. Like, you got to start looking at your life, right? Because if you are handling business, doing what you need to do, living your life, doing what you want, why is it that you feel a certain way? So sometimes we get them spiking energies, and we just got to remember and bring our energy back to where we come or where we're at, and say, look, man, I have no reason to be upset. You feel me? I'm living, I'm good, I'm straight. And then focus back on that. Like, learn to control that, learn to alter that energy back to where it needs to be, right? Cool. Especially if we're in a position that we work so hard for it to gain. Why is it that we feel a certain way? If you see what I'm saying? So you want to ask yourself, is this my energy? You want to go from there. Now, if it is your energy, then we need to make some moves to change it, to alter it, or not to alter it, but to better it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not your energy and it's a real spike, very random, very sudden, depriving energy, depression state, or whatever the case is, you got to recognize it's probably not you, and you need to alter that and think happy thoughts and get back on track. So that's going to be something what the Taurus is facing at the moment. What else is going on? Okay, we have the only thing, clear chords, right? So this could be an energy, focusing on one thing at a time, finding that one thing that you enjoy doing. We don't really have a lot of time in your day, and listen to this. If you have 24 hours in a day, right, and one day you sleep for 7, for sure. For most part, you're gonna sleep for 7, and I feel like that's the time that, you know, when you can sleep for that amount, you really can be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Try to sleep for 7, and then you have 17 hours. By the time you're cooking, cleaning, all, here's the thing. Unless you're paying somebody to do all the little things, the little tedious things like cooking, cleaning, all that stuff, then you gotta apply time for them type of things, right? Unless you're paying somebody else to do it. Which, if you're paying somebody else, most likely you're working more to compensate to afford that, right? Most likely. Or unless you have like inherited money or something like that, right? But otherwise than that, on a basic note, you got to put time for all of these different human things that we do on a daily basis: eat, sleep, all of that. So you don't really have time. You don't have time in your day to do a lot of different things. People say that they can do multiple things. Yeah, but you really can't focus on multiple things. Your brain is programmed to focus on one thing so that you can really and truly get quality out of that thing you're focusing on. See what I'm saying? So try to focus on one thing at a time. Try to just dial in. Even if you're doing an activity, focus on that. Because if you're, let's say you're cleaning your house, if you're cleaning the bathroom and you're focusing too much on cleaning the living room, most times you're going to either rush the bathroom, or you're going to miss a couple things that need to be done in the bathroom because you're so focused on another task. That's why it's very important to dial in on one specific subject. It also comes in on a spiritual note, because you teach yourself how to live in the moment. We're so busy worrying about the future, we don't enjoy the present. And then when the present passes us by, we're like, oh, time goes so fast, I never got to enjoy it. So even if you're not there yet and you say, oh, I'll be happy when I get this or that, if you get into the ground moment of enjoying the present and focusing on this moment, when you get there, you already have the skills to be able to enjoy that moment. Because if you're just so busy worrying about the next best thing, You get there, you're gonna do the exact same thing you did at that last location. You're gonna go ahead, get to this new spot or new situation, new relationship, and you're gonna breeze through, and then you're gonna say you ain't got time. So focus on one thing, right? All right, what's next for the Taurus? All right, we have here so much life in you. So this is just a reminder. There is a lot of life in you, right? It's a lot going on. You guys have what it takes. Like everybody that's walking, everybody that's talking, everybody that has a spirit has what it takes. Everybody that's alive has what it takes to, it's up to us if we want to allow the world to dim our light, right? It's completely up to us. We have that opportunity, especially with modern day today. There is little to none, and I would say little to none because I don't know every country in the world, but most cases, everybody's pretty much got free. Well, most people got freedom of speech and freedom of rights, especially if you're in a country that has those opportunities, and there's little to nothing stopping you, meaning there's not a lot going on. Is what I'm saying, and you can move freely to a different country. So it's up to us to take it on. You know what I'm saying? So we do have what's in us. I've seen positions where, people would do the bare minimum of a career, whatever the case is, and you can do so. Just don't expect big things to come out of that. You can't put in little and expect more to come out. That's not how life works. You feel me? So if you want more, you got to do more. And I'm not saying do more as to just burn out. That's the other thing. You don't want to burn out your situation. You want to do enough to where you're having that balance as well, because you still want to enjoy what you do. You don't want to burn out. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm on. Not only burn out. I'm just saying, but you have what it takes. You have more life in you. You have enough to dish out. You know what I'm saying? And then also look at you guys. What you guys do in your day. Is it driving you to where you want to? Because if you have a goal, you gotta try to. I won't even get into that because you gotta live life too. So I'm not even gonna get too specific, but at least have some type of balance. Like for example, y'all trying to wake up early, and you say, okay, I wanna chill, I wanna party or whatever the case is. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? You could chill. Just try to get in reasonable time, or try to be in your bed at reasonable time, so you can still continue that goal that you want. So you could just pretty much make time for that type of stuff. And if you end up going on later, just say, call that day the next morning a layoff day, a rest day, or whatever the case is. So there's plenty of different ways, right? But you have what it takes. So you have full of riches came in guys for the Taurus, right? You're going to be understanding full of riches. You could be looking at valuable things in different light, right? You could be altering your mentality to look at things in different ways and not just looking at it. Oh, I'm sorry, this was supposed to go here. I'm doing the deck of 8. But yeah, full of riches coming up for you guys. So you could be seeing that, there's a lot of wealth in different attributes. Different things, right? That's one of the biggest things you have to in life. A lot of people, they see fancy things, they want it, whatever, right? The reason why people get there, I've been studying like certain people, their lifestyles are different. Certain people get more because what they've invested in. So it's different scenarios, but you have to be able to flex. You have to be flexible in your mentality if you want to go through things and outcome the better person. You see what I'm saying? So riches is not just monetary. Riches is different blessings that you receive. You wake up every day. All of these different things. But we also have ebb and flow. Right, so kind of keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? You go through situations. You're Taurus. You guys are learning from them. You're growing from them. You're able to establish yourself. You're pushing and moving type of thing. So you're ebb and flow. All right. What else we got for the Taurus? Okay, we have transmutation. Right. You guys can be attracting your wishes. As you guys know, this is like a wish flower. Everybody picks it up and blows it as wishes. Well, not everybody, but what I've done. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say everybody because I don't want to do that. But exactly what I'm saying, I feel like you guys are connecting your wishes. Now, again, you guys have to put in hard work and things like that. Now, you also have to focus on one thing at a time. So whatever it is you're trying to attract, you need to make sure that you're focusing on that, putting that time into place. You guys got to write a schedule routine. That's what I do. You want to write a schedule routine? Do so. That way, listen, the schedule and the routine is not about on some like robotic way. I think people get it mixed up. It's not like that. It's just you're hitting your marks. You have a visual prompt of everything you need to do in that day, and you complete it. That way, okay, you can't procrastinate because you have these things. You know that you only have 24 hours. So it's just the way of thinking. It's just the way of responding to life. But you gotta focus on one thing if you want to attract those wishes out of that thing. You can't say you want to achieve. It's like saying I want a car, but then you turn around and you focus and read and on a bike. You're focusing energy on a motorcycle, so a motorcycle is going to come into your life. You see what I'm saying? You can't focus your energy on something and then expect other things. So you need to be focusing your time on these wishes and desires that you desire. Now, if it's monetary, of course you will focus on something that you do to earn monetary, and then you'll take that money and purchase them. But if it's something that takes a little bit more than just a purchase, like a business, right? I mean, just you could buy a business, but it takes guts and structure to run it. You see, there's a difference. So anybody could buy a business, but it takes a lot more than just to purchase something to keep it going. So purchasing something and establishing something is totally different. So if you want to establish something, right, you got to focus on that. You got to focus on what you need, all your desires. You got to put that time in. You got to study it. You got to put in self practice as well. What can you do to better yourself, to better this business, or to better what can you do to better yourself so that you can better your career or wherever you're trying to go? How can you make sure your mind's on point? You know what I'm saying? Also, make sure that you guys are wanting to do these things as well. Like, it's not just getting involved in something and then believing that it's just gonna work out. Like, sometimes it don't work out, and then you gotta kind of ask yourself, if I don't receive anything from this, would I be okay with that? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta kind of really ask yourself these questions before you start a task, right? We have expanded to wonder, right? So this is just kind of expanding your mind a little bit. You do have intuition, but because I will say this, your intuition comes from things that typically you see. Yeah, there might be spiritual connections as well, but most cases, or it's easier for me to try to read and educate myself and watch things and take that information that I learned throughout my life to alter the, how can I put this? To basically take that as guidance, you know what I mean? To work through my situations. That's what I feel like it really means to expand your mind. Like I said, look at what you guys are doing in your day, and then see if you can take those things. It's not for no thing's bad or good. I mean, unless it's negatively affecting you, I wouldn't call it a bad or good situation. But see if you could take whatever you're doing and learn from it. You know what I mean? Whatever that might be. This could be general. So it's really learning from it and using that in your everyday life. I mean, it's not hard to make it in this world. It's just that we often want things so quickly, and we're so used to things being fast because of how everything is modernly today, that it kind of trains our mentality to believe that life happens that quickly, which in reality, all it takes is consistency. Everybody knows, people say it all the time, consistency, but one of the other ones is perseverance, because you can't be consistent without perseverance, because that's like saying if you're driving somewhere on the highway and there's a traffic light, right? Now you ain't consistent because you're not moving anywhere, but you gotta be persistent. You gotta be willing to stay in that traffic light to get to your next destination. You gotta have patience, right? So these are the different things that we gotta think about. We gotta expand our mind. We gotta use our brains. We have to. I mean, yeah, you can go for feelings, but a lot of times how you feel is not really what's going on. Sometimes we often overthink situations. You know what I'm saying? And I know overthinking it in a way where it's like, no, I'm sorry, not overthink. Meaning, like, if you're not, if I bring you a subject and you choose not to educate yourself on it, meaning learn from it, like I try to sell you something or whatever, I don't know what it is, right? And you choose not to educate yourself on the topic or of the situation, you choose not to do that. You'll rather go for how you feel, and you're not wanting to get educated. then you start making irrational decisions because you're overthinking on the process of how you feel. You feel like my product that I'm selling you is a bad thing, so now you're overthinking it because you're thinking about all the negative things that could possibly happen if you buy my product. Now you start to make irrational decisions such as not purchasing it, maybe going and talking bad about it, and you fail to even do your own research. So expanding your mind gives you that opportunity to be optimistic, one, and then to also be open-minded, two. So then when you're open-minded and you decide to look, let me just hear out the situation, let me do my research, and then I can contrast and compare my thoughts and my process and my feelings and things of that nature. So this is just it's all inclusive to expanding your mind, because these are one of the things that's going to assist you guys in being having perseverance, having that drive, and all of these things, having reasons, all of these different things. But expanding your mind, because you just can't be like, I just can't tell you guys to just think harder. I mean, look, I would say focus on those details. Like, okay, if you wanna think, imagine, if you want to have imagination, I would say, look, you know what I'm saying, do some reading or whatever the case is, and read different books. Like, don't be just one book type of person. Read different books. All of these different things will give you different outlooks on life, and you will learn to be able to take your situations. And because I see a lot of people say that, oh, I've worked in these things, I wasted my time. There's no such thing as a wasted time. That doesn't make sense. Everything you go through is a process. Our life is written out for us already. So everything you go through is a process. It's that limited thinking that causes limited actions, that causes limited results. So when somebody believes that things are wasted, they often start to act on it like, oh, my life is a waste of time. Then the result is they don't really end up nowhere for real. Or they're so caught up in how they feel that they don't really think about their whole situation. Somebody can have a house, a car, and all of that stuff and still be like submerged in negativity because they believe in that. You see what I'm saying? So mind is a powerful thing, but that's what I want to show you guys. That's what I want to tell you guys. Okay, one more, then I'm gonna be out of here. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, step up to serenity. This could be like taking control of your life. I feel like it's a king card. I always review these cards after. So I know as I turn around and as I go on that I'm getting closer and closer, and different information alters the way that I view a card, but I just kind of go off of how I feel at the moment using my intuition. So yes, this is more of a king taking control of your life. I've been in different situations, and I don't really have to necessarily prove to nobody what I talk about is the truth or whatever. Because in reality, if what I'm speaking on isn't truth or whatever, then I wouldn't be on you. I wouldn't be right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? Like reality. Like I'm not claiming or proclaiming to be any advisor or nothing like that, but I'm just giving my opinions. You know what I'm saying? And I do it in a sense to help people, like, you feel me? Because I've seen countless of times where, either somebody, like, it's just kind of having shallow thoughts. And that, for one, it's not even about, when you have shallow thinking, it's not about you not gaining big stuff. I'm not even on that. I'm on some, like, you want a yacht or a boat or whatever because you feel like those things will make you happy. What if I could tell you that you can achieve happiness right where you're at? And then when you achieve happiness, you just begin to make decisions and life choices and things like that then attract other things. You know what I'm saying? What if I told you can alter your mind that way? Would you take that over going to work to, and I'm not saying going to work, I'm talking about doing things for a specific reason to attract things. And then when you attract those things, you realize they don't make you happy. So I've seen countless of times of people doing these things, and it just kind of baffles me because it's like there's a way better way to live life. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what situation you're in, because I've worked 12-hour shifts. I know what it's like. I've worked in grocery stores, and I've been in within a year, and I'm not saying I'm better than nobody, but at the end of the day, it's the way I think. That's what makes my results a lot more prosperous, or it seems like I just shoot up, because it's the way that I think, and I try to educate y'all to do the same thing. No matter what situation you're in, you can come out of it. You can learn from it. because you go through it, you might as well learn from it. Doesn't make sense not learning from it. So I'm saying, but as you guys continue to view and things like that, you will see the results. You know what I'm saying? Be consistent. You know, keep it going. But that's it for what I got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys have any comments, concerns, I'm free. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to you guys at my earliest convenience. I got balance in my life as well, so I have times that I hop on her as well. So you know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to respond right away, but I'll get to it when I get to it. You know what I mean? And I will try to respond as appropriate and as the best way I can, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this really helps you guys. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is where my niche, this is where I'm going to pinpoint, because I really want to use these cards to be able to change the way a lot of us collectively think and how we decide to make choices. And we have to come back to reality that things do take time, and it's okay to have patience. It's okay to, you know, be persistent. It's okay to go through certain things and then come out of them a better person. It's okay to talk about certain subjects as long as they don't negatively affect your emotions, and you're able to talk about them in a calm way and be able to understand things as well, right? So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. See y'all soon.